Hello everybody and welcome to 21 Pilots Tuesday. This is the second week in our 4-week series on No Fun Intended by Tyler Joseph, the high school album that he made before he started 21 Pilots. Today we're going to be explaining these lyrics and it's going to be pretty good. Let me explain. Hey everybody, I'm Clifford Stumby, the Pop Song Professor, and welcome to my channel where we make English class awesome by explaining and sometimes roasting song lyrics on school days. And today we're talking about Drown from No Fun Intended. To celebrate the rest of the series, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys just about 50% off of the How to Write Lyrics Like 21 Pilots course. You can get it for only $19 until the end of the 4th week. In this course, you'll learn how to rap like Tyler Joseph, where he gets his ideas from, how you can connect with an audience, and so much more. Check it out in the description down below. Now, I need you guys to remember that No Fun Intended is an album that Tyler wrote in high school. And this song is also one of people's favorites from the album. It actually has lines that were later repurposed in Fall Away, a song that shows up on Self-Titled, which suggests that those lyrics were either something that Tyler was particularly proud of to reuse them, because other lyrics from this song didn't get reused, or it could mean that they're especially meaningful to him. Of course, it could also mean both. And I'll let you know up front that this song has very strong religious and specifically Christian themes and overtones. Now, a big part of the series is to try to understand where Tyler came from so that we can better understand where he is as a lyricist right now with albums like Vessel, Blurry Face, and Trench. You have to remember too that Trench is an album that is supposed to be experimenting with a world. It's creating this like fantasy world almost that has no God figure. Series like Chronicles of Narnia have Aslan. The Lord of the Rings kind of uses Gandalf as a Christ figure, but Trench doesn't, and it's because Tyler Joseph is asking the question in this album, what would the world look like without God? What would my life, my relationship to the bishops, to the dark parts of my thoughts, to my friends, the banditos, what would it look like without God? Well, way back in No Fun Intended, that wasn't really a question that he asked too much. A lot of the times he was more focused on trying to deal with the doubt that he felt inside of himself and to ask forgiveness for not always believing in God the way that he thought he should, or to ask forgiveness for making mistakes and doing things that were wrong. That being said, let's jump into it. In the first stanza, he sings, "Here I come to you in the very clothes that I killed, and now I know I'm alone." This is the preface to the rest of the song, and it very much does set the stage. Here I am, I've come to you, and he's drawing these connections between how he looks now and how he looked when he did something that apparently wronged God. The fact that he says that I killed you in could either mean that he has done something wrong, or maybe that he's doubting God and that the killing is a metaphor for doubt. In the chorus, I walk to you, rain falls from you, can you wash me? Can you drown me? There's a lot of Christian imagery and metaphors that have to do with dying to ourselves or dying to sin and doing wrong so that we can come alive again in Christ. And I would guess that that's probably what he's going for here, is he's saying, you know, this water that comes from you, he's using it as the metaphor for this like cleansing agent. He says, can you wash me? Can you drown me? He wants to be new. He wants to come alive again. Verse 1 is very complicated. We get into a lot of stuff here. I want to be a lot of things, so much pent up inside of me. I want to be stronger. Too long I've sat here undecidedly. Planning strategy. Half of me knows all just a fallacy, failing miserably drastically, and then it crashed dramatically into a wall I've hit 100 times before. And this is largely talking about how he's tried to be a good person, or he's tried to make it on his own, he's tried to make it through life, but no matter how many times he does it, it still feels like he's failing. And yet I still ignore the dark red blood stains on the floor, and I'm back in front of you, Lord, with the blood on the floor. Is the blood mine or yours? Don't want to do this anymore. So he keeps going and keeps trying to be a good person, or to be in this relationship with God, or to believe in God, but there's this blood on the floor, which is symbolic of the failures that he's made, but he's not sure whether it's his blood or God's, because Christians believe that God is there helping them or drawing them to him. And so it's a concerted two-person effort to try to build this relationship, just like with any normal relationship. Back and forth between being me and who you call me to be. You see a man free who thinks he has to buy a key to a door, but he can't because he's poor, and he can't fall down anymore because he's already on the floor and his heart is broken and all, and this is his call. He's struggling between himself and who God calls him to be, a better, more righteous, more happier, more fulfilled person, but at the same time he wonders if he has to, you know, if he has to buy the key, but he doesn't have the money to be able to do that, or the righteousness capital, because you can't just be a perfect person. There's no way to buy your way into heaven. But it's more of a cry because he will try 9 times to realize 9 crimes, but he has more than 9 lives, so he picks himself up and keeps climbing for the prize again. There's no clear answer to why the number 9 is significant to Tyler here, except for probably the fact that he rhymes with the I sound a lot. Seriously, go listen to Migraine. But if we had to get theoretical for a second, we might suppose that, you know, the 9 is 3 times 3, which is the number of times that the Apostle Peter denied Jesus. So Tyler could be saying that I failed more times than the Apostle Peter. That's a little bit of a stretch, but the important part is that he says he picks himself up and keeps climbing for the prize again. When he sings about how I come again to you just to show the blood soaked through, etc., etc., this is more of him just kind of setting the tone and explaining the kind of the patheticness of his state where he needs help from. And then we get into the part that was later recycled in Fall Away. It's this rap right here. Every time I feel selfish ambition is taking my vision, my crime is my sentence, repentance is taking commission, it's taking a toll on my soul, I'm screaming submission, and I don't know if I'm dying or living, because I will save a face for name's sake. Selfish ambition, or the glorification of self, feeling pride or feeling vanity, which kind of goes along with Tyler shaving his hair all the time. He says that he shaves his hair because he doesn't want to be vain about his personal appearance. And his crime is his sentence because doing bad things is its own destructive process. We suffer when we do the wrong thing. He says, I don't know if I'm dying or living, because I will save a face for name's sake, abuse a grace, take a aim to obtain a new name in a newer place, but my name is lame and I can't walk and I ain't the same, and my name became a new destiny to the grave. And this is more about him saying that he's insufficient for what he wants. He's not able to get to that newer place. He's too busy saving a face for name's sake. He's too worried about his own image. But his name is lame and became a destiny to the grave, or to failure, or to death. Then we get into a portion of this rap that is not later used in Fall Away, but he says, they say the ocean's blue, but it's black right now. And this rest of the stanza really gets into kind of how it's probably one of the most blatantly depressing parts of the song. The ocean's blue, but it's black right now, in the dark on the sand, looking out at my crowd, maybe people he knows, his friends. Depression and drowning, singing now the full parts of lightning reveals where the ocean stops and the sky starts. I've been told by the sky that the ocean I shall win, the sky being God, the ocean could be life, but it's hard for me to see where the ocean stops and where sky begins. A random strike of light reminds me of what is true, but right now the ocean is blacker than black, the sky is too. So the thing that he wants, the ocean apparently, is black, and in this case that is a reference to darkness, to depression, to failure, to not having a clear idea of where he's going. And unfortunately for him, the sky as well, which is supposed to be what's guiding him, is also dark, so it's nighttime, which goes along with what a lot of we see in Vessel, where he is experiencing depressing thoughts or depressing ideas late at night when the sun is down. So overall, the song is about him struggling with his own failures. It fits really well with Fall Away, it fits really well with Guns for Hands, it fits really well with so many different songs, and we can definitely see how it's kind of an inspiration for later ideas, or how at least it's a predecessor of later ideas that we see show up in the 21 Pilots discography. There's a lot going on in this song, and it's definitely from a time when Tyler wasn't afraid to jam-pack tons of lyrics into a song, because these rap sections are super, super long, far longer than most anything else you see from the rest of the albums. But I think that gives us a lot to analyze. It helps us to see how he's developed and growing as an artist, and I think that you guys should continue studying these lyrics for yourself. Let me know what you figure out in the comments down below. Don't forget the How to Write Lyrics Like 21 Pilots course in the description down below. 50% off right now for a limited time. It's gonna be awesome, you'll learn a ton. And then yeah, I think that's it. Don't forget, we got another 21 Pilots Tuesday video coming out next week. Watch these videos in the meantime, and I'll talk to you later.